Okay, I did a video about, it's called How to Clean the Bottom of Your Boat Without Getting Wet. And this is an update. And when I made that video, I put together a cleaning tool that you can clean the bottom of your boat. It has positive buoyancy. So I'm going to go ahead and do this update and show how a little bit better on how this thing works. So my boat bottom is pretty dirty right now. I've got a lot of grass on the bottom, sea grass, and right at the water line I have some barnacles, and so I have a couple of ways of dealing with this. So I'm going to go ahead and start with cleaning out the water line with the brush and the back side of the brush, which is it's a wooden brush, and that'll take the barnacles off. So I'll start with that. Okay, I bought this brush at West Marine, and it's telescoping. Telescoping. At any rate, it pulls out, and it's pretty long, so I can reach all the way to the very bottom of my boat with this, so it's pretty cool. And it's got this brush on the end here. What I like to do is, because I have barnacles right here at the water line, I like to use the back side of the brush, this wooden part here, to clean the barnacles off. So I'm going to try just pushing them off here. They're right at the water line. So my boat's pretty loaded up because I'm a liveaboard, so it floats just right at the water line. My boat's a little heavy in the front because I have a lot of stuff stored up forward, and once I get my solar panels on the back, it's gonna make the bow come up a little. It'll be aft. The aft part of the boat's gonna be down more because of the weight. Because the solar panels are going to be part of a bimini that I put up on the back of the boat. I cleaned about the first 4 feet or so, and you can see it's a lot cleaner here than it is over here. And you can, I think, hopefully, you can see all the seagrass. There's a lot of seagrass on the bottom of my boat. Now, the seagrass grows in the springtime and in the fall, so twice a year. And I could just let it go, and eventually, as it's fall right now, and in another month or two, pretty much all the seagrass will just go away on its own. But I'm going to go ahead and clean the water line, and then a little bit later, maybe later today, I need to update my other part that I built. Okay, this part that's PVC tubing with the foam on the end. This was actually originally built by the previous owner of this boat, and it was for cleaning the bottom of the boat. Basically, you just lightly brush the bottom of the boat because it has a blading anti-fouling paint on it, and so you have to occasionally activate it. And so a light, just brushing it lightly will activate it. And so I put this foam on there. You want it to be buoyant. So when you push it under the boat, it floats back up, and that pushes pressure against the hull. And but I need to cover it. It's just foam right now, so I need to cover it with something like this. My neighbor's got this doormat thing here, and so I need something like this to wrap around the foam. And you want something that's slightly abrasive but not too abrasive, because you don't want to wipe all your bottom paint off the boat. It'll come off as you wipe on it. So so this part here, I take the wooden brush part off. It comes off, and then this part goes on the end of this pole. So it hooks onto the pole. So the pole's pretty long, and it's long enough to get all the way to the bottom of the boat. So I just need to go down and get some something like that doormat there and wrap around the foam. When I built this thing, I just tested it out and made a video, and I just used the foam, and the problem is it'll wear the foam down because it's real soft, so I need to wrap that with something. So later today I'm going to go down in the hardware store and see what I can find. That stuff that's kind of like artificial turf would probably work good. So I'm going to go and continue to just clean the water line with the wooden brush. So I'm just cleaning the water line right now, removing the barnacles, because like I said, my boat's overloaded. Really, it's when you're liveaboard, you got a lot of weight, and so I'm floating a little deep, and this boot strap here, this blue paint, it's not anti-fouling paint. It looks like it is, but I don't know. But the barnacles are right at the water line, which is actually pretty normal to get barnacles at the water line. Okay, what I like about this brush is the pull extends out quite a long distance. So this is kind of a long reach. I could probably just take my dock lines and adjust them and pull the boat over to this side a little closer, but I think I can reach this. I have my ladder on my boat here, and it's a good idea in case I fall in the water, fall in the drink. I can climb back out easily, and actually the marina that I'm in recommends that you do this for safety. You know, you fall in, your clothes get wet, it's kind of hard to pull yourself out. If your neighbor has like a boat that's a sailboat with a sugar scoop transom, or a power boat that has a swim step on it, you can swim over and climb out easily on your neighbor's boat if you have to, instead of trying to pull yourself up over the dock, which, you know, you can. Okay, I'm making an update to the video I put out a while back called how to clean the bottom of your boat without getting wet. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off the way it should be. In that first video, I didn't cover this foam with anything, and I showed how it worked just briefly because I didn't want the foam to get damaged. I couldn't clean the whole bottom of my boat until I got something to cover this with, so I did get something, and this is it here. So this is a grass rug, so it's like artificial turf. And you want something abrasive, but not too abrasive, because you don't want to scrub all your bottom paint off. So, at any rate, I'm going to cover the foam with some of this. So it's pretty soft, but hopefully it'll be abrasive enough. I don't have much room to work here, so. Okay. Now, I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Looks good. Just put some zip ties around it, and I should have got longer zip ties, so I'm going to have to double these up. Okay, yeah, that looks good. How this works is it goes in like this, down. So I'm going to have to move these a little bit, adjust them. So I don't want to put them on too tight. Just need them positioned so they won't, these parts won't scratch into the hole. So it goes like this, down. Yeah, I can go more here. I think I'll just tighten them here. Got it on the first try. Okay, so I now have the pole attached and ready to try it out. See how it works. I got it covered here. This is like artificial turf. Hopefully it's abrasive enough to activate the bottom paint. The bottom paint's a blading bottom paint, so it needs to be slightly scrubbed, lightly scrubbed, to activate it, and that'll keep the marine growth off of it. So you want it abrasive but not too abrasive, because if it's too abrasive you'll start removing too much bottom paint. And so at any rate, this foam makes it makes this have positive buoyancy, and so what happens is this will float like that. It's floating right now, and you just push it up against the hull and you push it down like this. I gotta stand up and get a better angle on it.
And then the buoyancy makes it pop back up. And it also helps to keep pressure against the hull. Looks good. And if you see, like my bottom paint's red in color, so if I see a lot of red floating in the water, then I know I'm taking too much off, but I don't really see that, so this looks good. This is working just right. Perfect. The bottom looks clean from my angle here. And with this long pole, I can go all the way to the bottom of the keel. So I got a 6-foot draft, so I can go all the way to the bottom. I just don't want it to go on the other side of the boat because it'll kind of get stuck. I've done this before. Okay, I'm seeing some red coming off, but not too much, and that's normal. So real easy. I can tell when I get to the bottom. So that's all there is to it. Just go around the boat doing this all the way around, and yeah, it looks good. It's cleaning it really good. I don't see any barnacles. I had barnacles right at the water line, and I scraped them off yesterday, and that'll be in the video here. I'm going to include that. You can also go side to side along the water line. It's nice because it floats, but that looks good. I just go down until I can feel that I'm at the bottom of the boat. If I go too far, it'll go underneath and onto the other side of the hull, and then I have to kind of pull it out sideways to get it back out. But you can feel where the bottom's at. So just like that, that's all there is to it. And you can see the seagrass that's on here. Seagrass on there. So when you're done, you just take a hose and wash this all off. It comes right off. And that's it. It works great. So I'm real happy with that. This is how you clean the bottom of your boat without getting wet. And I can clean the entire bottom with this without having to go in the water. Now if you got barnacles, that's a different story. This I don't think will take the barnacles off, but in that case you'll have to dive down and scrape them, or clean them off when you haul your boat out to paint the bottom. And you can also clean this off first, like this. I like to rinse it off with fresh water though, and get the salt water off of everything. But yeah, see, now all the grass that was on here is gone. It's clean. Okay, you can see the bottom's clean there in the bow. And as I go back here where it's dirty, so back here there's seagrass. I don't know if you can see it. And it gets dark. But as you come forward, as I pan forward, you can see the bow here under the water line is pretty clean. You can see the seagrass there on the bottom underneath the water line. And so the positive buoyancy cleaning device that I built works really good. So this side's dirty and the other side's clean. So that's how it works. It won't remove barnacles, but you can feel if there's barnacles down there when you're brushing the bottom. You can actually feel them. If you hit one, you can actually feel it. And same thing with your through-hole fittings. You can feel those too. And yeah, you can see that seagrass moving around down there. So it comes right off real easy. Of course, now if I just took the boat out sailing, just the boat moving through the water will also clean the seagrass off. So, and you can see the water line there. I cleaned the barnacles off, so it looks pretty clean. You can see a few spots, but for the most part, they're gone. So I only cleaned the bow on the other side. I haven't cleaned the whole bottom yet, and I don't even know if I'm going to, because like I was saying, this stuff only grows in the spring and in the fall, and it's fall right now, and it's already starting to go away on its own. It'll go away on its own. So the more you clean the bottom, the more bottom paint that you rub off the boat. And even though you do need to do this, occasionally to activate the anti-fouling paint, which is the blading anti-fouling paint, so it needs to be scrubbed, and that activates it. But for the most part, I think it's just going to eventually go away on its own. So I'm going to keep an eye on it and see how long it takes for it to go away on its own. And you can see the water line where I cleaned the barnacles that were at the water line. For some reason, barnacles like to grow right on the water line, and so I cleaned those off, and they look clean. You can see a few little spots, but the barnacle itself, it's been removed. So under the water line right there in the bows where I cleaned it, so you can see the red bottom paint there. And then as you go back, it's got seagrass farther back here that I didn't clean off. So yeah, it looks good. So that's all you got to do, is just go around the whole boat, and I can go all the way to the bottom of the keel, so I can clean the entire bottom of the boat without getting wet. So yeah, it works really good. So if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please like and subscribe.